Something has been really bugging me recently about all of these claims coming from Republicans and, of course, that alleged affidavit that they released on social media, because that's where you totally release new news, this past weekend. And, of course, the affidavit, which still comes from an individual who is not naming themselves, and they claimed was signed by a notary, yet there is actually no notary stamp on the affidavit. So that's kind of weird and troublesome. But there's something even more that is bothering me about the allegations that ABC was somehow helping Kamala Harris. So let's start with what is in that affidavit, right? First of all, they say like she totally got the questions in advance to help her. Okay, if that happened, that would be a problem. Some of the other accusations, though, are that Harris's campaign, get this, reached out to ABC and said, hey, we want you to film her from these specific camera angles. I'm not making that up. Like, that's literally in here. Like, they wanted special camera angles for her to make her look better. Oh no! What a scandal! What a horrible thing! As somebody that has been on camera for many years now, going all the way back to 2007, let me tell you, everybody I've ever worked with personally, and every now and then myself as well, we'll talk about camera angles like, hey, it actually looks really bad when you do it from this way. There was one time I had really cut myself really bad shaving, so we kind of adjusted the cameras back then. I have worked with men and women on camera who are like, hey, don't film me from this side, film me from this side. That is common. I have been in the green rooms and the production rooms of Good Morning America. I have been there with CNN. I have been there with MSNBC. I've been there with all sorts of Fox News, other networks. And that is actually super common. It's almost not common for people to not make those requests. So that is ridiculous to even include that. Like, hey, they wanted to make sure she didn't look bad on camera. Yeah, everybody on camera wants to make sure they don't look bad on camera. But that is one of the big allegations in this thing. But none of them, let's get back to the heart of it. I just had to talk about that because it was so dumb that ABC News gave Harris the questions in advance so that she could win. That, to me, is the most implausible part of all of this. Not that they would give her the questions, but that they wanted her to win. ABC and parent company Disney, whoever it is, whatever. None of the corporations that also invest in ABC, not one of them stands to gain anything if Harris won and Trump lost that they wouldn't also get if Trump won and Harris lost. So the fact that these Republicans are out there pushing this conspiracy that ABC wanted Harris to win fails on the surface because why? They have nothing to gain from Harris winning. They do, however, have a lot to gain from Donald Trump winning. And I am about to hit everybody with a massive truth bomb here that some folks that do what I do may not like. But I'm going to be real honest with everybody right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. Media, print media, digital media, traditional media, left, right, center. None of us have ever been given a bigger gift than the gift of Donald Trump. Everyone has benefited from Donald Trump. We have all experienced more views. The corporate media gets more viewers. They get more advertisers when they get more viewers. Everyone in the media has profited off of Donald Trump. So for the corporate media, it is 100% in their best interest for Donald Trump to win the election. And because they are corporations and they are run like corporations, they want what's best for the bottom line, not what's best for the country. So to me, it makes no sense that ABC would be secretly working behind the scenes to make Kamala Harris win. If anything, they should want Trump to win because he will help draw more viewers. They can talk about the crazy crap he does every single day. I know, because we've all been doing it for years. If anybody on the left or right tells you that Donald Trump has not benefited their media outlet, then they must be doing something wrong, folks. And by the way, I'm not saying that I want Trump back in office. I absolutely do not. I want Harris to win. But I also understand the reality. Hell, we've got groups on the left that literally rose to prominence, got millions of subscribers, only because, like, they hate Donald Trump so much. Like, they came out of nowhere overnight, blew up, and they're great groups. I'm not trying to trash them for that. But so many of the voices on the left would not exist today if Donald Trump had never become president of the United States. And the same is true of the right. So many of those voices and those conferences and those rallies, all that crap, none of it would exist to the degree it does today had Donald Trump not become a thing. Laura Loomer, nobody would know who she is. Now she's all over the headlines, but nobody would know who she is if it weren't for Donald Trump. So again, every media outlet in this country, whether you're totally nonpartisan or you're left, far left, right, far right, every one of them has made money off of Donald Trump. And they have made more money than they would have if he had never existed. Now, most of us, I'll tell you right now, would trade every bit of it to get rid of this guy, to never have to talk about him again. But that's why I do think this is so ridiculous, because ABC News is not in the tank for Harris. If anything, they'd be in the tank for Trump, because they know that every day this man is out there, every day that he is still relevant, he's going to do something stupid. He's going to do something crazy. He's going to have a meltdown. He's going to piss somebody off. He's going to start a new fight. And when he does those things, they're going to make more money. They're going to call in more guests. They're going to have panels. They're going to have discussions. They're going to have focus groups. They're going to do all these things about what he just did that day. And then you know what they're going to do the next day? They're going to talk about the new outrage, the new post on Truth Social, the new scandal, the new charges, whatever it is. When Trump goes away, the media is going to take a hit. And I think obviously the corporate media is going to take the biggest hit. But there will come a day where you can't talk about Trump anymore. You know, he's not going to be around forever. He's already an old man. Nature will eventually catch up with him. And at that point, these media outlets that are totally in the tank for Harris, it's going to be the saddest day ever for them. The rest of us will be fine. Ring of Fire has been around since the year 2004. Okay? We're not going anywhere. And our success, of course, is not dependent upon Donald Trump. Same is true for Sam Seder. Same is true for David Pakman and so many others. We have been doing this so long, we're capable of talking about all kinds of things and not having to rely solely on Donald Trump. We talk about him now because he's in the news. When he's not in the news, we'll talk about everything else. So the corporate media doesn't know how to do that. They had failed at it for years. So I don't believe for a second that any corporate media outlet, even those that are left-wing, none of them are truly in the tank for Harris, because the corporations that pull the strings want more ad dollars, and they know they're going to get a bunch more with Trump than they ever would with Kamala Harris. America's Lawyer has launched its own YouTube channel. Now, this channel, of course, is still in its early phases of development, but you can help grow it by subscribing. Just go to youtube.com/TheAmericasLawyer, and you'll get all of the great content from Mike Papantonio and myself that we produce every single week.